There's a deer trail somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of following here. That's where I can see the ground.
Yeah. Something might change my mind, maybe a good day or a bad day. You know, if it was only an hour away, that would be a game changer. If it didn't have that lane that I'd have to fix up, it'd be a game changer. If it had its own private road, it'd be a game changer. So there's a lot of variables that. So far, this little washout, man, you just run over that with the dozer. I mean, we're looking at some more details, but this will give you a
you know,
right, yeah,
right in the doorway.
Exactly. So this building's probably older than that tree. Man, if a rat comes running out of here, dude, I'm gonna jump through that ceiling. Hey guys, Kapper here. Welcome back. Another exciting episode. We are still on the hunt for our next possible investment property here in southern Missouri. So if you've been with the channel, this was actually my favorite property so far that we looked at. By far, it has beautiful crystal clear creek frontage, but it's kind of on a remote road. It has to go through a government forest, and there's an old home that needs to be tore down, barn that needs to be tore down. There's no road system in place. It's overgrown. But if you get all the way to the back of the property and you get to that creek frontage, it's kind of beautiful back there. So we looked at this one a couple months ago now, at least. It was a 3-part mini-series because, like I said, it's a pretty in-depth look at this property. It has the makings of possibly being a really good property for somebody that wanted to keep it or whatever. So, but we're trying to look at turning a profit and flipping it, you know, within a year's time. So a quick rundown. Actually, what I'll do is I'll link the previous 3 episodes in the description if you want to start from the beginning, because it is kind of interesting. I mean, this is like real world home and garden stuff. You don't have to pay for it, but we've been doing this for decades. So we looked at it. They're asking about $4,000 an acre, which is about the going rate for anything with water on it down in this area. And it has year-round water. I mean, beautiful. It has, it starts with a C, like the Corleone Creek or something, but it only crosses a corner of it, you know. So it's not like you have, you know, a quarter-mile river frontage or water frontage, but you do have a sufficient amount to have a beautiful little campsite or something back there and enjoy it. It's peaceful, it's quiet, it's everything. But if you remember, you have to traverse, I don't know, about a mile through government forest road, so you got to get a permit for that. That's all washed out. So you, as me, or you, if you're going to buy it down the road, you have to work up that government road to make it at least passable with a pickup truck. So I would have to go in there and fix that whole road up, maybe even pay and bring in gravel just to get access to the property. Then I'd have to bring machines in and make a nice clearing and be able to get dumpsters in and out if we want to get rid of that old home site and that. So anyways, they were asking about $4,000 an acre. I'm like, let's let it sit on the market for a little bit and then go from there, because it was already on for like 5 or 6 months. So we put in a written offer, $3,000 an acre. And the contingencies we put in was that after survey, we'd split the survey costs with them, but the survey had to show that there was at least 300 feet of creek frontage on that creek, because I mean, otherwise, that takes it from a potential 4,000 acre property down to, you know, 2,300 acre property. So one of the contingencies was that 300 acres of creek frontage. Survey would have come out to like per acre cost of $3,000 per acre, and then also that the landowners would have to get a permit to traverse through the government lane, which it's a lot easier if the current owners get that and then they transfer it to us, as opposed to like if we buy it and there's no existing permit. Well, that's a bigger process than the existing owners getting the permit and then transferring it to us. So the survey of the creek, the per acre survey, and then the road frontage or the government permit to get to the property. So those are the three things. So we put in an offer at $3,000 an acre. They sat on it for a few days, and we checked back in, and obviously they did not accept it, but they said they would consider everything we put in it for $3,400 an acre. And we thought, excuse me, and we thought about it for a while, and we're like, no, we're just not ready to do $3,400 an acre. And Lucas, our agent, is like, well, are you willing to meet him halfway in between, maybe $3,200 an acre? Now we're getting closer to Earth, but man, there's just so much to do there. And it's over an hour and a half ride. So, you know, we'd have to haul that dozer over there, and you know, so I'm weighing all this out. For me, it's a time and energy thing, because I lack energy, I lack time, and the ability to work long days. I cannot do that anymore. So we might have had them interested in meeting halfway around the 3,200 mark. But I got to thinking and doing more homework, and as I watched the economy and interest rates, I do think we're in for a real estate pullback. So I said, you know what? No, we're going to hold firm at $3,000 an acre. If they want to take that to offload this property, because it needs a lot of work and a lot of time and energy, we'll stick with our $3,000 an acre. And basically they kind of verbally said, well, we're gonna hold out for a while. So it's still on the market. If you're interested in it, we are not at that price. Something might change my mind, maybe a good day or a bad day if I change my mind. But you know, if it was only an hour away, that would be a game changer. If it didn't have that lane that I'd have to fix up, it'd be a game changer. If it had its own private road, it'd be a game changer. So there's a lot of variables that it would be nicer to have, but this one doesn't have them. So stay tuned to the channel. If you enjoyed this stuff, hit the like button. We appreciate it. Stay tuned. We'll keep you posted on what's going to happen with this one. I got a new one on the radar now that we might go look at that's closer, way more expensive, of course. The closer you get to our area, to the bigger towns, the price goes way up. So stay tuned. Thanks a lot. Have a great evening.
That is cool. Honestly, this is the first day I've turned them on in probably a couple weeks. The only reason why I ended up with them was I had a pair of black Ray-Bans with the, you know, the fancy lenses and stuff that you can see through the water.
I'm sure you know this is what sells shit.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm glad we came back here.
I mean, I could still put the drone up with some bonus footage, but I'm glad we made it.
Yeah, I just think if you came in here and really this whole bottom area in here.